All right, guys, this weekend we have two Bellator cards, but we're going to focus on Bellator 215, and it features the main event of Matt Mitrione and Sergei Kharitonov. Kharitonov comes in at the favorite at -150. Mitrione comes back as the underdog at about +110. Two big dudes, and I anticipate somebody going to sleep. Dan, Tom, how do you see it?
It's a close fight, like the odds could suggest, but it might not look like a close fight. I mean, both these guys rarely go to decision. Even Kharitonov, who has a huge sample size, right? I mean, that guy's only seen, I think you count on one hand the amount of times a fight has gone to decision. They're both strikers, and, you know, it's an interesting fight because on paper, Matt Mitrione presents problems for Kharitonov. Kharitonov's only been stopped 3 times in his career. But if you want to look at the common thread, they were younger or athletic heavyweights, whether it was Alexander Emelianenko back in Pride, or as recently as Javier Ayala, who we saw, that's no fluke. Javier Ayala is on quite the run himself. So that being said, that kind of stick and move, speed advantage that Mitrione usually has, I could see that coming into play. Obviously, Mitrione gets most of his finishes in the first round, and Kharitonov, whether it's early on or in his more recent glory kickboxing fights and his more advanced version of himself, both versions, he's a little bit of a slow start. He's a plotty guy, so it takes him a few to get your timing, get his counters played in. Thankfully, Kharitonov, the Russian bear, is a pretty durable cat, so he can get away with that. I don't know how much he's going to want to lean onto it at 38 with his miles, but surprisingly enough, guys, Matt Mitrione, 2 years older than Kharitonov, 40 years old. That being said,
really,
yeah, and I guess
he's just young in the game.
He's just young in the game. You're right, and I guess that's going to be an advantage for him, depending on how you look at it. But I like Kharitonov's experience here a little better, guys. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, the style could be a real bad matchup, especially in that first round. If Matt Mitrione is going to win, I think the bulk percentage is going to be in that first round. But if he doesn't, guys, Kharitonov's pressure. He ends up pressuring guys, working to the body. He's got good uppercuts. And don't sleep on his sambo. He could dust that off. He has serviceable takedowns from the clinch against the cage. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him exercise those in those positions. I'm going to go with Kharitonov here.
Okay. I still don't believe that Mitrione thing. Let me check. Boy, you're right.
40 years old,
yeah. He is 40. And see, I would do that with an Apple product, but with a Windows product, it would
40 is
take
like
forever.
23,
I'd probably grab a virus and who knows what. But listen, I think Mitrione just the reason that surprised me, Dan, is because he just gives off a young vibe. And
yeah, he does.
I still know him from Tough in 2010. I didn't know he was 30 when he did it. But God, he's light on his feet. He's youthful with his approach to the game when he does interviews. And, you know, okay, that said, I like Kharitonov has looked great in some fights, and then there's some where you are scratching your head a little bit. But I like how Mitrione just basically comes to party. You know what I mean? He's either going to lay you out or get laid out. Or like in the Fedor fight, they're going to collide at the same time and both go out, but one guy's going to get up quicker or whatever. But I'm going to go with Mitrione in this one. I like his forward pressure. I love the striking under Henry hoops. I love his confidence. Yeah. And Kharitonov's just been a little inconsistent, I guess, over like we're talking about since 2004 or whenever I first started watching him. There have been times where I've just been like, watch this guy. This guy's solid. And then he doesn't have like the most pleasing performance. And then there's times where I've written him off and he actually comes back and still looks good. But that inconsistency is what's got me a little bit scared. So I'm going to go with Mitrione.
I will co-sign on what you said.
Plus he's a dog.
I feel like there's times where you just kind of don't know what you're going to get with Kharitonov. When he's on point, he's a menace. I don't feel like we've ever seen a Mitrione fight where we said, nah, he didn't take that serious, even when he loses. But the one thing they've been able to prove is whenever this old guard is in front of Matt Mitrione, it's when he shines. It's when he comes out. Something comes out of him. So I'm going to take him for that.
All right, so there you have it. I think we're all pretty consistent here. You went with Mitrione, right?
No, I went with Kharitonov. Yeah,
right.
That's right.
All right, so 2-1. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, that makes me scary because he watches so much film. Now I got to reconsider. But you know what? It's going to be a really, really good one. I think it's going to be settled early. So we'll see. You know, we're right, we're wrong, whatever. But that's our breakdown. We did our best. Bellator 215 this weekend. Keep it locked on MMA Junkie. We got you covered.